I don't know what to talk about. Doda. So why are you here?
I'm here to speak about my experience and my lessons about science.
Okay. And could you please tell me how you learned the science at school?
I learned science at school, first when it is the science day to learn. Before going to class, teacher asked what do we learn about science last week? And teacher ask us about that lesson, and then when we first started the lesson, teacher asked if the lesson is about our eyes, teacher say, what do you use to see? He was asking, and the student answered the questions, and he just say explaining, explaining, and sometimes he asks if we have some experience about the lesson. And then when he explained already, he just asked who don't understand it well, and if there's someone he was putting some activities for us to do. And then when he explained already, and if he checked the activity, someone has a wrong, and he was asked why you were wrong, do you don't understand it? And then he was what part do you don't understand? And he explained for the students to know, for them to have great scores.
There are many areas of science that we should know and we should learn. For example, science in health, science in transportation, in technology, or in geography. What area do you like the best in your science subjects, and why?
I like science in geography, because when it's related to science, with geography, it was the two subjects turned into another kind of lesson that is very interesting for me. And science is one of my favorite, and also geography, so it is interesting and easy to understand for me.
You mean you connect science with geography together?
Yes.
Are you given the opportunity to convert your science education on paper into real activity outside?
Yes. Learning about electricity, teachers say sometimes they make a fan, and teacher says if we had the chance, teachers learning about boat sailing, and then teacher let us make arts of a boat when it's the art day or it's the day of science. And when we make it, teacher wanted to test it out at water, outside or at the sink, and he was explaining that why the boat goes, why the boat moves, and why does it move.
How many science projects have you tested?
2.
What are they?
One is we learn about magnets, and we test out the strength of magnet. Teacher bring one magnet and let us test out several items in the room that can be magnetic. And teacher let the student walk around the class to find some items that we could use for a magnet. And one more is we learn about electricity, and teacher say if you have idea of making a fan, and we make it spend nearly 3 weeks already, and until now it is not done yet, but we are working on the fan, the machine, and we stick it.
For the second project, you were talking about fan. Do you mean you were trying to make the power of electricity from the wind by making fan, or what do you mean?
The fan is The fan doesn't work by electricity, but it works by air.
So you make energy from air.
Yes.
When you learned about the science subjects, do you think are there any projects of science experiment that shape idea for you to develop in the future?
Sometimes with the lesson about some experiments, he just asks, well, what do you want to be in the future? And teacher, now we are working on this lesson. Teacher was going to find some items for this, and the experiment will start maybe next week or so.
All right. So it seems like you like science so much, right?
Yes.
So what suggestion or recommendations for your friends who are watching you right now?
I want to tell you that science is important for our future. So if you don't understand it well, you need to learn about it more. Then you could have a great future for you and our country.